Hi everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for today. This is me, Oberon, with my Friday show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And it's my weekly reading to kind of look at what's going on in the emotional part of our lives. So it could be talking about love or strong relationships. It could be talking about secrets. It could be talking about who's coming towards you. It all depends. So I do the reading for the signs of the zodiac, and I start off with Aries. And I'm going to be using two decks today. I'm using the Modern Love Tarot for the first card, which will basically be saying what is that good vibration, that love or emotional vibration coming to you this week. These readings are good for the week ahead, and it's today the 20th till next Thursday, the 26th. And I have a visitor over here who just jumped down, a cat. Probably going to jump back up and get in my way. But like I said, so I'm doing that one for the first card. For the second card, I'm using the Tarot of Oppositions. And the question is, of course, what opposes your emotional happiness? Are you down there? Don't jump up now. All right. So I'm just warming up these cards a little bit. We'll warm up more later. What do you want? Oh, look at you. Go get that. She's going to be silly. So, starting with Aries. Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, depending on your perspective, I suppose. Could be different. What is the emotional good thing coming to you? What is the vibration or essence of the gist of what's going on this week? That's the High Priestess reversed. The emotional energy coming to you this week seems to feel like you're kind of thinking it's practical sense, it's common sense. Like if you're feeling strong feelings for somebody, there's no mystery. It's really how you handle it. Having said that, maybe you just feel that, you're not really deep about this, so you might want to handle it in a superficial way. Maybe you really have some questions. Maybe you're wondering, what is it about your emotions at this time? But at any rate, that is the thing that's coming towards you. But in general, what would be opposing your happiness this week? So once again, I'm using the Tarot of Oppositions, and it's a unique deck that has the idea of both the reversed and the upright meanings of the cards drawn into the cards. I'll show you what that means in a moment. So for Aries, what is it that opposes your happiness? Boy, so it's the reversed Five of Swords. As you can see, there's another Five of Swords this way. And the Five of Swords is, no, I'm sorry, Five of Wands. It is the Five of Wands, and it's reversed. And the Five of Wands reversed speaks to the idea of people who really should be trying to work together, but not being able to, about finding reasons to compete or vie. So maybe there's a hint of jealousy involved here in our relationships, and somebody feels like you don't deserve what you have, and so they would rather cause trouble or interfere or oppose your relationships. Could mean some other things too. It could just mean that there's an emotional thing going on right now where everybody is kind of vexed with each other. So I'm going to leave it at that, and we're going to move on to Taurus. Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac. And Aries was a fire sign. Taurus is an earth sign. And Taurus is fixed. Its modality. All right. So what is the essence or vibration coming to Taurus? And it's the Six of Swords. So Taurus, maybe you feel you're leaving something behind. You're moving away from something troubling, especially emotionally. Maybe a relationship is breaking up for you. Or maybe you just need some time off. Or maybe you're not in a relationship, but you're somehow are moving away from a trying time for yourself. You want to move towards something better. Something that promises some love. Happiness. What is it that opposes your happiness? Is it connected to that? Tarot of Oppositions. And it's the upright King of Wands. But contained in the idea is also the reverse King of Wands. So what opposes your happiness? This could be an actual person of some sort, but more likely it's your drive, and that maybe there's a sense of being more goal-oriented or a reliance on your good qualities. But some of this is superficial, and that's the idea behind this dual nature here. That although some people may see the charisma, the bravery, the things that you like to promote about yourself that make you seem like the natural born leader, but it is possible that other people also perceive you the other way. So which is it? Or is it somewhere in between? Is what opposes you the idea that your personality is a little back and forth here? And we could say that about all the court cards, but why does it matter here? It matters because the King of Wands normally is about growth and friendships and enterprise and networking. So I spent a little more time there maybe, but we're going to go back now to the Modern Love Tarot. And I'm looking at the Geminis. And Geminis, what will you be trying to do to bring happiness to you? Or what will bring happiness to you? And it's the Two of Cups reversed. So Geminis, this is kind of interesting because, of course, you are a duality sign, the two, you know. But maybe what this card says is that from an emotional point of view, what would make you happy is if maybe things were a little bit more risky. Maybe you're looking for a relationship right now, or a part of your own relationship you're in, to be a little bit dysfunctional for some reason. Maybe you like the sense of disharmony. Maybe you have to ask yourself, Geminis, are you securing your relationship? Are you hoping that maybe circumstance does change things a little bit? So it's time to be honest. You could be dual-natured. You know, we all can, really. We're in this thing, we're not in this thing. What does oppose your happiness, though, Gemini? It's the reversed sun. And it's interesting to note that the sun really is never very bad either way, or it's not bad when it's reversed, I guess I should be saying. So this time, the only minor thing that maybe opposes you is just a little sense of a cloudiness, you know, like maybe there's just a little bit of shadow right now. Really, nothing. And I don't know why I'm saying that. Let's move on to Cancer then. And Cancer is a water sign. And is it fixed? I don't remember. I think it's fixed. Never mind that. So what brings happiness to the Cancers? What is the emotional vibe is really hopeful. The star seems to bring a sense of destiny to you, Cancers. It almost feels like something is really working out for you in the emotions department. You know, if you're married, maybe it's going to an even higher level for some reason. You know, Cancers is about motherhood, so maybe it's something along those lines that it, you know, predicts the idea that for those who are interested, maybe childbirth is happening. But good things for the Cancerians. So then, what opposes this happiness? Not that we can do anything about it, but maybe something is opposing it. A lot of wands in this reading, a lot of fire energy. It's the upright Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is a very dynamic person, so this could represent the idea, and of course it's reversed and upright at the same time because of the nature of this deck. So this other personality there is that this really maybe represents a duplicitous kind of person, somebody who, once again, you can't trust. It may be somebody who would want to interfere with your marriage or relationship or your happiness in some form. It may be somebody who feels that they're, once again, it's a competition kind of thing with the wands. You know, they want to always be on top. So watch out for that, Cancerians. And now we'll move to the Leos. Leo's fire sign. It's a Tower reversed. Leo, this is not good. There's something maybe in your love life or your emotional life. It's probably about a relationship of some sort, but it just seems like you haven't learned something and you're about to repeat the same mistakes again. Something is really destructive. You're in a destructive paradigm. Maybe it's the relationship itself you're in is destructive. I'm not sure why. But it feels like it's not right for you, and maybe Leos, if it's not a specific person, maybe it's a sense of your own personality that maybe right now you're not doing relationships well for some reason, or maybe something you just haven't understood about yourself and relationships. I keep saying that. So now I will move on to, hello. I hear you down there. What opposes your happiness? As if that wasn't enough. I can't help you, Kitty. More wands. Well, it's pretty interesting. It's the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is one of those cards that sometimes when it's reversed, it's actually better. But I'm almost pressed to realize what is the reversed image here. Is it The one on top? Or is it that one? Because that one looks like maybe he fell from a tree or something like that. So I'm just going to hazard a guess here and say this is the upright side. What opposes the relationship is there's a sense of boundaries going on here, especially about the obligations that each may have. Maybe it's not opposing a relationship, but it opposes your happiness, so that could include a relationship. Wrong terminology there. And so you're having problems with who does what or how to exactly make your own self happy in some way. What are the limitations you put on yourself, emotionally speaking, and can you get rid of them? Okay, so we're on Virgo. And what's coming to you emotionally speaking, or what is the essence or energy? It's the reversed Ace of Swords. So you may find that some undertaking that had begun recently is taking a bad turn, and maybe it almost seems like a relationship because the Ace of Swords turned against you is sort of like opposition. It sort of seems like somebody is against this, and maybe it's the other person. They're not really at the same point as you in this relationship, and maybe the relationship's going to turn out wrong for some reason. But beyond that, what does oppose your happiness then? Looking at the Tarot of Oppositions. And it's the Seven of Pentacles. And the upright side is the ascendant side. It's so curious because just like the other cards, it could almost seem to be duplicitous in a way. The idea that, reversed or upright, either of these cards are a little bit not exactly what you expect. So looking at it this way, the idea behind the reverse Seven of Pentacles is that things are moving along, whereas on the other side of it, it's like you're not willing to take a chance. And so maybe there's this idea, the dichotomy between the two is that you need to take more of a chance on your own happiness. You need to wrestle up what it is that makes you happy and pursue it. That if you're waiting for it to happen, it's just basically not going to happen. And I have a feeling that this pertains to a particular potential relationship. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Libra for the second half of the zodiac. And the vibration coming to you is the reversed Five of Pentacles. This is an interesting card for Libra because you may have felt really like nothing was really clicking. You really felt you were just out in the boonies somehow. You weren't connecting with anyone or anything for some reason. And now you will find that this will change. That maybe it's, who knows, astrological or something else, but you seem to have turned the corner on that and things may be better. And so you're vibrating to finding certain answers or to finding a certain level of acceptance. But what opposes your happiness? And I think we've had every single wand just about in the court cards area. It's the Page of Wands, and he's upright. His reverse side looks a little bit dismal. So the balance is in between the two. What opposes this is maybe some information you've been waiting for. And once you possibly find it out, it may really change things, but maybe it really won't. Maybe you are relying on the sense of some news to change the dynamics of what makes you happy, but maybe it really is worth considering going beyond that, Libra. All right, so now we are on Scorpio. And Scorpio, we ask that question. What is the emotional vibe this week? What is the energy or situation coming to you? And it's the reversed Two of Swords. And it's actually okay, because the reverse Two of Swords maybe is indicating that there was a situation that you weren't sure about, but now you seem to understand that this is the thing that will bring happiness to you. It may be something involving a new relationship, or maybe something you've been waiting for a while, but that's what it seems like. It seems like something hadn't connected, and now it does. What opposes your happiness, though? Is there something that still could oppose that happiness? Scorpios. Three of Cups. So what opposes your happiness is maybe some feeling of regret about people you were close to, and you still could be, but you're doubtful. You don't really want to reach out to them. And at one time, these people meant a lot to you. This is probably somebody relating to your past or your happiness. It may be family, it may be friends. But what you may find is that you really do have to reach out to them, or else nothing will happen. Sagittarius. Ace of Pentacles. It's reversed. So the happiness that's coming to you is realizing that maybe you can slow things down in terms of what you're building, maybe in a relationship or a situation that brought emotional happiness, and that you're not going to really miss out much if you take it a little bit slower, that maybe this is the right time to kind of look at it a little bit and assess where things are going with that. It is a work in progress, some sort of relationship. Sagittarius, you hit the jackpot. It's the Nine of Cups. It's the wish card. It's upright. Now, it contains the idea of the reverse meaning. So this could be an interesting week for you. This could be the thing where maybe a lot happens, and then maybe some of it was just way too much, that maybe What opposed your happiness was the idea that you really could have everything, but realizing that it made none of it special. Think about that. Capricorn. Emotionally speaking, things are going to kind of get more heated. This Five of Wands was actually reversed, but I have a feeling that it could be altered if things are changed now. There's a lot of wand energy flowing throughout the zodiac in this reading. I'm not sure what that means because mostly it was a little bit maleficent in a way. You know, the idea that maybe people are willing to burn their bridges in terms of relationships or certain things. And so this could be that too. This could be saying really, somebody may be about to say, I'm playing for keeps. So as if that wasn't dramatic enough, we still want to ask though for the Capricorns, what opposes your happiness this week? What is it that actually could be in the way of you finding happiness? And it's our friend the Queen of Wands again, only this time she is clearly reversed, but we can still draw upon the energy of either side in this mess. What opposes your happiness, Capricorn, maybe is that you have an anti-charisma at times. You could be in touch with your more charismatic, self, the upright Queen of Wands. But this time right now, it just seems like you're more interested in evening the score or righting your perceived wrongs for some reason. And you're probably not going to make as much progress. All right, so now we move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, what is coming to you? It's the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this is the idea of a relationship, the concept of a plan, as it has been said recently. Are you ready for some self-love, some self-care? That's what this card could be talking about. The idea, Aquarius, that you realize no one does it better than yourself sometimes. And so that this is mostly an emphasis about taking time to take care of yourself because you know you need it. What opposes your happiness, Aquarius? And it's the reversed King of Swords, along with his counterpart, the upright King of Swords. What opposes your happiness is maybe, once again, it's a vacillation, or maybe the area is more in the middle here, is that you're not really ready to commit to a plan of action, and that you understand maybe, that you could make a difference, but you understand that you want to make a certain difference. And so part of this could be your own conscience, that if this is about emotionality between you and somebody else, maybe you're more thinking you're saving face by letting them make the decision. All right, so we are now on Pisces, the mutable water sign, our last sign for this reading. What will bring happiness, or what is the vibration of happiness coming to you? It's the Seven of Wands. And maybe when you finally feel you don't have to prove anything anymore, that you don't have to say it's me and you, or it's me and this thing against the whole world, baby, as they used to say back in the swinging 70s. You know, maybe this is what it's about, is what brings you happiness, is realizing that the big fights are over, and that, you know, true love between you and whatever will win. Ah, but Pisces, you would not be Pisces if something did not oppose you. And hey, it happened to everybody else, so it's got to happen to you too, maybe. So Pisces, what opposes that happiness? What could it be? Queen of Wands. I wonder if this deck is nicked badly or something, but it's Queen of Wands. She's reversed again, and it doesn't feel exactly the same for me. What opposes your happiness, Pisces, is right now you just don't have the drive. And this is Piscean. You know, sometimes you really are very emboldened, but a lot of times you're not. You know, you sort of want to take a more easier route. You'd rather swim downstream with the current. And I think it's still possible for you to draw your other side's qualities, the wand qualities, into play. But I have a feeling you're not realizing what your goal is. You're not really seeing it. It's not articulated. And so if it's a possible romance, you just don't really see yourself with that person, or you don't see that person being that interested in you. So that was it for our signs. And I'm not going to do any meditations this week. I'm a little bit on the ragged side, but I wanted to remind everybody to watch the happy hour tomorrow. It'll be at its normal time of 10 a.m. And watch Banshee's Material Matters at 10 a.m. on Sundays. We'll be live in the chat room for that one, but it is recorded. And then don't forget to watch us live Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4 p.m. And it's also the fall equinox, so that means that the sun has moved into Libra, and so therefore we are doing another monthly modality message. That's Sunday night at 7 p.m. And on happy hours next week sometime, don't forget to follow us on Threads, X, Facebook, Bluesky. Did I forget anybody? Instagram. And of course here on YouTube. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.